Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Sorry I can't come to the phone right now, but leave me a message. You're listening to AMBS Unfiltered.
What is up, you guys? It's Amber, and welcome back to my podcast, AMBS Unfiltered. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be sitting here filming for you guys today. The vibes are good. When you're listening to this, it might be Monday. It might be after Monday. I don't know if you're watching this after it came out or if you're listening to this after it came out. But this is going up on a Monday. I'm currently recording it on a Sunday. So I'm having a nice Sunday morning. The vibes are good. I don't know. I just wanted to pass on the good vibes your way. And in case it's Monday morning and you're listening to this on your way to work, or if you're at work or whatever, Mondays just kind of suck. So I wanted to send a little bit of like some pixie dust, some pink pixie dust into your life. If I were Tinkerbell, I would definitely be like a pink version of Tinkerbell and obviously brunette, but anyway, okay, we're already off to a very good rambly ADHD start here. But for today's episode, I am going to be doing a little bit of an interactive episode, and I posted on my podcast Instagram and told you guys to leave me some things to talk about and some questions and stuff like that. So I'm going to probably go through here and answer a handful. Some of it is repetitive / some of it are things that I don't really want to fully get into today. So I am also going to be doing something for the second half of this episode. Once we're done answering questions from Instagram, I am going to be doing a summer tag, basically where I answer questions pertaining to summer, because we are sadly halfway through summer right now. Especially if you go back to school, we're more than halfway through summer for you. Like, that sucks. I feel very bad for you. I do not miss school. I only miss like exercising my brain as much as I did, but honestly that's debatable because where I went to school we really did not learn a whole lot of useful shit. But anyway, I have my coffee here from Dunkin'. I took Tundi for a nice little ride to Dunkin' this morning. Like I said, I was trying to have good Sunday vibes because yesterday I did not have a good day. I mean, I did. Like, the day started off good, but then something happened where I chose to get upset and like let this thing ruin my day. And I'm not going to get into it just because I am over it now. Like, I'm not even going to let it have another second of this day. I already wasted enough time yesterday being upset over it. If you have anything going on, or like say something happens today, say something already happened today that sucked, just remember it's temporary. Is there something you can do about it right this second? Most likely not. So just let it go. Deal with it when you need to deal with it. Or if it's something that like happened that just pisses you off and it's like not, it's done, like it's not anything that's going to carry over into tomorrow. It's not something that's going to affect your future. Like, it's just something that happened that pissed you off. Let it stay there. Let it stay there. Don't bring it into the next day. Just let it go. Okay? It's gone. With that being said, like, after getting kind of upset over something dumb yesterday, I woke up this morning wanting to really like take today by the throat and just get shit done. That was a very weird analogy, but we're dragging her by her hair today. Sunday is going to go our way. So yeah, so I woke up this morning, made my bed, because that's always something that I really love to do, to just like get my day started and to make me feel like organized and neat, just because I feel like, I don't know, I like when my room is like clean looking, or when my environment is clean looking rather. And then I threw some laundry in, straightened my hair, and then I took Tundi for a little ride to Dunkin', and I got my coffee, and it is just hitting. It is hitting good. So grab your drinks. You already know the deal. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, your water, your fucking energy drink, whatever you got going on for you. Grab it and buckle up, because this is going to be a good one. And I also have some raspberries here that I'm eating because I'm hungry, but I'm not going to do like ASMR eating. Don't worry. I just might take a bite here and there. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of just like how the weekend has gone. Now it's Sunday. I do work later today. So I just wanted to make the most of my morning and just like, you know, like I said, we're throwing away anything bad that we can't control and that does not need to bleed into this new day. Like, we're good. It's a new week now. So yeah, so that's that. One more thing actually that's so exciting that I will tell you guys, especially because I know a lot of you know my best friend Timmy. Timmy is coming with his family on vacation to Massachusetts, where I live. And we're going to be getting to spend some time together this week. I'm hoping that I can get him on the pod. It is vacation, so like we're not trying to work, but like him and I are workaholics and we love to just like work 24/7. And honestly, filming a podcast like this would not even feel like work. So I'm trying to get him on the pod. Timmy also has a podcast coming out, but I cannot wait to hear his podcast. I love Timmy. I think that he's so funny and entertaining, and he has had a wild ride so far in his career, and it's only the beginning, which is like, it's so wild for me to think that like what he's doing right now in his career. And like, I don't know, I don't want to get too much into it because he's going to be on here, but if you guys know, like Timmy does do a lot of work on social media. He works for a lot of the housewives in the Housewives franchise. He just does a lot of like social media coordinating and content creating for like people, for clients, just anybody who wants to hire him, honestly. But a lot of them do happen to be celebrities and, you know, people like that. So he's just killing it. Like, I hate to go off on a tangent right now because I know we're about to get into the questions. So I do apologize that I'm like going off on so many tangents, but I don't know. I just think it would be fun. So Timmy will definitely be on the pod. He has been before, so go listen to our episode if you want. We got a little lit in that episode. But I definitely want to have him on the video pod for season 2. So that is the tea. Now it's time to get into the questions. So I went back to the beginning just so I can be fair. I want to make sure that like the people at the beginning get their questions answered. Emily asks, favorite part about having a YouTube channel? Also, I love you. I love you, Emily. Thank you so much for just like being here and for asking a question. I love you. I would definitely say my favorite part about having a YouTube channel would be the connection that I make with people, like you, Emily, for instance, like just messaging with you or like sharing my life with you. And I don't know, just like the connections I've made, and not only just connections, like it goes deeper than that. I have met people, for instance, one of my best friends, Ryan, if you're listening or watching, I love you. Ryan is someone who I met years ago. Like, honestly, at this point, it was probably like 2016 or 2017. I don't even know. And I met him on Twitter, and I remember his username on Twitter was Baby Loves Ariana or something like that, I'm pretty sure. I just remember that me and Ryan became best friends. Like, we became mutuals, quote unquote, it's called when you become friends on Twitter like that. It was called a mutual because you had like, you know, mutual interests or likes or mutual friends, like whatever. So we met obviously through Ariana. And we were just like diehard stans on Twitter, like supporting Ariana, riding or dying for her, which like I still do. Let's just say that. Yeah. So it was just, we met through that way. And then Ryan and I became best friends. Like, obviously we would talk a lot. And then we met in person in Miami when I met Ari, which was so cool. He ended up flying out there to meet me in person, and he wanted to go see her as well, obviously. So like we just made that our meetup spot. And so that's partially why Miami is so special to me. For many reasons, and we just built such a beautiful friendship through Twitter, like, and then met in person. And then ever since, we try to see each other like once a year, once every couple of years. We missed out because of the pandemic. Like, we didn't really see each other for a couple of years because of that. But last year, Ryan graduated from college, and he invited me out to Las Vegas with his family. And I have a whole vlog on my YouTube channel if you're interested, of me and Ryan getting messy in Las Vegas. But it was so much fun. But the moral of the story is just that, like, if it weren't for my YouTube channel, because I was also simultaneously like making YouTube videos, which he was watching. Like, we met on Twitter, but like he ended up finding my YouTube and watching. So like, if it weren't for YouTube, Ryan and I would not have met, and we would not be besties. We would not have so many vlogs together on my YouTube channel. I've been out to see him where he lives. We've met up in between. We've gone to concerts together. We've gone to Vegas together. I've met his family. Like, it's a lifelong connection now, and a lifelong friend that like I wouldn't have met if it weren't for YouTube. There's still so many friends that I've met through YouTube that I still keep up with. I'm literally watching them grow up. Like, they're watching me grow up. We're all reaching new chapters in our lives. Like, some of my friends who I've met through YouTube have gotten engaged, or like are having children, or, you know, or getting their first pets, or getting their first house, or getting a new job, or life is just sucking right now and it'll get beautiful again soon. Like, I just have people going through every single phase of life around me, and it's just something that makes me feel a little bit better when I feel like I'm the only one that's going through it. Like, you have to remember you're not. Okay, I could talk forever, but that's to answer your question. My favorite part of YouTube is definitely the connections. And then the second thing I would probably say, even though nobody asked what the second favorite thing is, it would definitely be the fact that now I have all of these memories to look back on forever. Like, my YouTube channel is legitimately like a freaking just an endless supply of home movies, essentially, like my life, me growing up. And I just think that's so cool. I would hate if it were gone. I love it so much. So yeah, so that is my favorite thing about YouTube. Very long story, long. Stephanie says, what's been your favorite thing to happen to you this year so far? Love you so much. I love you too, Stephanie. You already know. Stephanie's another one of like my most special connections I've made off YouTube. I love her. My favorite thing to happen to me this year. That's crazy. Especially because we're like definitely more than halfway into the year. Like we're about to hit the fall time. We're about to hit like my favorite time of year. It's just so crazy to like reflect on what's happened so far this year. I would probably say my favorite thing that happened this year was my 1-year anniversary trip with Devin. Like that was so special. And before Devin, I haven't been in a real actual like public relationship. Because obviously, like, there's situationships and whatever else in between, like things that were not really relationships. But I have not had a long, serious relationship in so long. And so, like, going on a trip to be like, wow, I've been with you for 1 year and I'm not going anywhere, bitch. Like, I'm going to be here for all the years. So it's just wild to me. Like, it's so crazy that this is happening and that, like, we went and celebrated our love and, like, I don't know. It was just something that I never experienced. Like I've never experienced that type of emotion and like love before. It's wild. So I would definitely say my 1-year anniversary trip was my favorite. I have so much like recorded from the trip that I want to upload. I don't know. I'm in the process of like really trying to just like change up my creative style. So I will find a way to share all of that stuff at some point. I'm just not sure how yet, but yeah, that's definitely been my favorite thing so far. And I would love to share some of the moments from that trip with you very soon. I'll figure out a way to like turn that into some sort of project to share for you guys. Okay, next up, Kyla says, biggest regret of anything you did in the last year. Biggest regret, huh? That's kind of tough. I don't know, because honestly, I feel like I might have moments where I'm like, ugh, I wish I didn't do that. Like, I regret doing that. I wish I could take that back. But in general, I feel like there just are not many things I regret because I've been pretty good about being in the mindset of like, everything happens for a reason. Even if you fuck up and it's like a terrible mistake, realistically, you can always come back from it. And it's only going to make you stronger. And if you're able to like accept that you fucked up and that you did something wrong, and move on from that and do better from that, that's growth. And everyone wants to grow. You don't grow by just like staying on a straight line. You know what I mean? Like you have to make mistakes in order to grow and learn. I would probably say, I think my biggest regret, honestly, if we're really going to get into it, would be that Tundi was a little bit sick this year. The past probably month has been really good. Like she has been so much better. It's been like a complete 360 like turnaround. She is like night and day, like so much better. But I would probably say like my regret is that I didn't do something sooner. And by that I mean like every time Tundi gets sick, obviously like I bring her to the vet. If it's anything wrong that like anything out of the blue, I bring her to the vet. You know what I mean? So Tundi has always had kind of like a sensitive, upset stomach when she gets like unusual food, anything she's not really supposed to have. And so she was getting sick for a few days and it was 4th of July weekend. So I kind of was just like, whatever, like it's probably from the fireworks. She gets anxious with fireworks, whatever, like it'll pass. And then the start of the week happens and like she's still getting sick. So I finally brought her to the vet and we switched up her food and like we did like a bunch of tests first, but because of the fact that she has anxiety, it's like just so difficult to tell what's really wrong because so many symptoms of anxiety are shared with so many countless other things that could be wrong with her. So it's more of like a game of like narrowing it down. Long story short, we ended up switching her food and she's on like a very strict prescription food now. And she's like night and day. She's so much better. She's literally acting like a puppy again. And she's been having these issues for like a year on and off where like her stomach will be so sensitive to things. And like in my head, you know, I live in a house full of people. I just thought, okay, she must have just gotten a scrap of something that she shouldn't have had and she's just getting a little sick from it. Like, but in my head, I'm like, I wish I just had switched her food sooner or like had done something sooner. So I feel like my only really like regrets pertain to like that kind of thing with Tundra. Like it's always with Tundra because she can't freaking speak. She's a dog. So it's like you just have to be able to read their body language, and you as a pet owner has to be able to understand when they need something and when something's wrong. So that's honestly really my only regret, I would say. Next question is, what do you think about the recent rumors? I knew it was only a matter of time before the people started demanding I speak about the Ariana situation. And I've gotten so many comments on it, like subtly here on my YouTube. I've seen a couple of comments about it. I've seen comments on my TikTok about it. I've gotten DMs about it. Just like family members, friends, everyone has been texting me about it, being like, oh my God, your girl, like, get your girl, what's she doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm scared. But as far as the rumors go, I'll give you like just my quick thoughts on it because I don't want to get dragged by anybody. I'm not trying to get like dragged from any direction. As far as the divorce goes, I kind of personally felt red flags about Dalton for a while, just because of how fast it happened. And then just like as a fan, I noticed a shift in how she communicated with her fans and just how she acted like in her career and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it was a little bit off. When you followed somebody so closely for like a whole decade or more, you can tell when something's off. And I just always kind of had a weird feeling about it. Like, I thought they were a cute couple and I tried to overlook it, but like, and I'm not here to spread rumors or anything like that, but like I had a friend that worked on a movie set with her. I'm not going to go too into detail so no one can figure out who the heck I'm talking about. But I had a friend that worked on a movie set with her and said that she was constantly on FaceTime. Anytime she was not filming, she was on FaceTime with her husband. And like then just now I was watching another interview where someone who went to school with Dalton had said that he was like such a bully in the school and was just like not the best person. And of course you can't, like, these are all just like hearsay, rumors, he said, she said. Like, no one knows what went on except for Ariana, her husband, and whatever other party might be directly involved. All I know is I've just read and gathered some red flags about him. So I always had a weird feeling. And then as far as now, the alleged affair, and I say alleged because I don't know, all the sources are a little weird. And yes, the wife of Ethan Slater, who she is allegedly having an affair with or had an affair with, did speak out, which is bad. But also at the end of the day, until her team or someone from her team speaks out, or until Ethan Slater speaks out, until we get all the facts, I just don't feel right like spreading rumors. And about any celebrity in general or any person in general, like I just usually don't feed into like rumors or gossip or anything like that. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't watch my T-Spill. Like, girl, I watch T-Spill and Spill Sesh. They are my guilty pleasures. Like nothing like sitting and having a nice joint at the end of the day and watching T-Spill. I'm not going to lie to you. But also I don't sit there and like share it all over social media and share my opinions on it. Like I don't like to feed into that just because like, bitch, I got my own problems. I don't have time to worry about who is fucking who in the media. Like I don't care. But of course, because it's Ari and because like literally half of the shit on my wall right now in this room is Ariana Grande related, I don't know. Until everyone speaks out, I'm not going to like give a full opinion on it. I think it's weird. I think all of it doesn't really make much sense. And then my theory that I've told my boyfriend since I first ever saw any of this come out, like any of it, is that every time a movie is coming out, like especially a movie of this stature, Wicked, like such a famous franchise, there's gonna be drama amongst the cast. They almost always set up PR stunts that are to bring publicity to the movie. They don't care if it's good or bad publicity. People are talking about the people involved in the movie. So that's what's sketchy to me. And yes, people might say Ari has a history of being a little messy in her love life. Whatever. Aren't we all? We're just not all under a microscope. Okay, not everybody is a high school sweetheart that has a perfect marriage and kids and etc. Like life is not perfect. People are not perfect. I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just saying in general, we all make mistakes and we've all done bad shit. We're just not under a microscope. We don't have 7 billion people watching and giving their opinions. But honestly, like I can't with people pointing their fingers everywhere. Like unless you are someone involved, like your opinion does not matter on it. I digress. Let me not. Clearly I'm getting a little fired up, but it's just because we all make mistakes and I'm not trying to justify anything. Like if Ariana did do this and if her and this dude really did have an affair, they both should apologize and they both need to make it right where things have been wronged. In situations like this, you can't ever change it. You can't ever go back. Like when your family gets torn apart because of messy drama and messy things going on. Again, that's between all of them to fix. Running to the media is not the best in my opinion. That's the tea. I'm good. I'm all done. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Laura asks, what are things you would tell your younger self? Oh, that's so nice. Okay. I actually really love this because I've had a shift in my mindset this year, quite a few shifts, because I know I've talked about a couple of them on here so far. I think it was like last year at some point, or like over the winter this year, where there was this trend going around on TikTok that was like saying, when you're mean to yourself, just remember you're being mean to them. And it was like showing the little version of yourself. So ever since that came out, I've just had this like mindset of, I always think of my younger self. And so like, for instance, whenever I was getting myself down about like, oh, I haven't uploaded on YouTube in X amount of weeks, or, oh, I haven't uploaded on my podcast, or like, oh, I can't find motivation to do anything. The thing that would really get me motivated was thinking about my little self, like me who used to sit in my bedroom at night and watch YouTubers online like Juicy Star 07 and fucking all these old ass YouTubers that don't even like make videos anymore. But they would be sitting in their room with their like what's in my purse and like doing their makeup and shit like that. Like I just think of little Amber who was watching their every move and buying the things that they had and like just wishing and wanting like all of that stuff. And then now I think about my little self like walking in this door right now and me showing them my YouTube channel and that I have almost 20,000 subscribers and that I have merch that I've sold and that I have a podcast and a YouTube, like anything. I have at least a foundation. I've started something. Not only that, like I have all of these Ariana Grande perfumes where when I was a kid, I wanted merch from all of my favorite, like Hannah Montana at the time. I always wanted like Hannah Montana merch and I could never afford it because I mean, my parents had 3 kids and like times were freaking tough. They couldn't afford every fucking piece of merch I wanted. They were trying to feed us, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I think about that and that inspires me so much. Like thinking about my younger self in this room looking around being like, holy crap, like you have all of this, you did all of this, like you must be rich, girl. And I'm like, no, but somehow we're making it happen. And so my younger self like fuels me 100%. So to answer your question, what would I tell my younger self? Well, first of all, when I was really young, like my whole childhood, I struggled so much with my body image. And not so much when I was a child. Obviously, when I was like, you know, younger, like my first probably 4 years of life, I didn't think about it, obviously, because I don't fucking remember those years really. But once it got to the point where I was going to school with other people, that was when I really started to feel self-conscious. And so also, mind you, in each grade that I was in, I was always the youngest because of where my birthday fell. My birthday's August 14th. When I went into school, like I remember kindergarten or whatever, I just remember like even though I was the youngest, I was always the biggest. I was, first of all, when I was born 10 pounds and 6 ounces. I was a big baby and I was always taller than everyone else. I remember like in freaking first grade, we would do the handprints like with paint and my handprints were always bigger than all of the boys and all the boys would make fun of me. Like I just remember I have such like deep rooted like issues just because of comparison when I was younger. Like all of my friends were tiny and short and skinny and like I was always just bigger. And then once I got to middle school, things kind of started to even out a little bit because obviously like people were hitting their growth spurts and people were getting taller and like a little bit like bigger like me. And it just, I remember just having such an issue with that at such a young age. And like, I wish I could just go back and tell myself how much it does not matter. Just those things were not worth getting upset about because now, even on days where I feel like crap, I still go out with confidence. And because you know what? It does not matter what anybody else thinks. It literally only matters what you think about yourself. And I know that it doesn't help in the moment hearing it. Like it still sucks when everyone around you is smaller than you or whatever it may be. Like whatever insecurities you have, like it sucks. It sucks having those. You know what I mean? But also at the end of the day, you cannot let that hold you back from things. And you can't let that stop you from loving yourself and being yourself. Like every single person is different. No 2 people are the same. You got to just be confident. You got to embrace what makes you you. I struggle with it still, obviously, to this day, but like now I'm older, I'm wiser. First of all, something I know now is to buy clothes that fit me and that I feel comfortable in, not just what size I am. So like when I was younger, when I would go into a store, I would want to look for whatever my size was at the time. So like for a long time in like middle school, my size was a medium. And so I would go looking for medium size clothing. And whenever I would hold up a medium or try on a medium that didn't fit and was too tight or too small, immediately I'm like, I'm done. I'm good, because a medium doesn't fit me. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Girl, buy a large or buy an extra large. Like, I don't know why I didn't think I couldn't just buy mix and match sizes. Like I thought, oh, I'm one size, then like I can only wear the things that fit me. Like, no, girl, maybe you need to have bigger pants or like a bigger sweatshirt or whatever. So now if you'll notice, I always wear like sizes up. I always wear like looser fitting clothing, just because when I was a kid, I always thought I just needed to fit in what was my size, which that sounds so dumb, to be labeled by a size or to have a label at all. Like, who fucking cares? Buy what you want, try on what you want, buy what fits you the best. If they don't have your size in that thing, buy something else. I would let the most small things that do not matter ruin my day when I was younger. And so I guess I just wish I could give my little self a hug and be like, you are so awesome and you're so cool and you're so beautiful and you're gonna go somewhere. You're not gonna peak here in this building where these people are making fun of you because they have their own insecurities. Like, this is not it. Because there were so many times where I just wanted to give up because of my environment and because of comparison and because I wasn't as smart as these other people or as fast at learning or as good at sports or whatever it may be, as good at socializing as other people, like making friends as fast as other people. Like, I would just compare myself on every single level. And you cannot do that. Like, just worry about yourself. Think about it this way. They always say the grass is greener on the other side. Worry about your own damn lawn. Water your own grass. Feed your own grass. Make your own grass green and luscious and beautiful. Do not look at your neighbor's yard. Stop comparing yourself, okay? Literally just put all of the effort that you would normally put into comparing yourself to others and putting yourself down. Put that effort into watering your own life and your own lawn and your own grass and your own self. Just take care of yourself. Stop worrying about what's around you. And I know it's easier said than done, which is why I'm going to repeat it a million fucking times, because I'm the type of person where I need to hear it 1,000 times in order to actually do it. So if you're like me, stop looking at your neighbor's yard. Water your own grass, okay? Brienne says, sis, what will it take for you to come to Canada so we can finally meet and spill all the tea? I love you, girl. I actually really hope to come to Canada because Devin and I want to go see Niagara Falls from the Canada side, which I know that's not like probably near anything that you're near, but that's a start at least. I'm at least hoping to step foot into Canada. Rylan, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rylan says, how to handle an emotionally unavailable male you really like. Oh, honey, have I dealt with those? All right, let's get into it. So if you are talking to someone who wants every part of you, wants to, have you, wants to do things with you, wants you to be theirs in pretty much every single way, except for the fact that they are going to be like, no, but I'm emotionally unavailable. I can't be in a relationship. I can't commit to you, but I just want everything else. Girl, leave him. Leave them. Leave them at the door. Okay? And I'm telling you from experience because I had that situation multiple times, but especially one time in particular, I wasted so much precious time of the most precious years of my life because I was convinced that I could make him emotionally available. Like, I was convinced that I loved the challenge. I was like, okay, I will make this happen. Like, no, girl. If they want everything else except for to be committed to you, that's a red flag. It's one thing to be upfront. Like, when I was in my little, like, dating/hoe phase or whatever you want to call it, I would tell people up front if I was or was not ready for a relationship. Where do you see this going, or what do you want from this? Or if it was like they had asked me out, I would be like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I just got out of a serious relationship. I'm not really looking right now, or whatever. Like, I would be upfront. That's one thing. But to repetitively like take, but then when it comes time to be like, what are we? Are we a relationship? And they're like, oh no, I'm good. That's just messed up. So honestly, my thoughts on that is, if they are emotionally unavailable and they are not giving you what you need, but you are giving them everything, leave. I promise you it's not going to change. It really is not. And even if it does change, quote unquote, like if they say that they're randomly ready or whatever, you're always going to have that in the back of your mind that you're like, well, why wasn't I good enough like a couple of years ago? Why couldn't you have been ready then? Or like, I don't know. It's just, I'm a big believer in timing, and that timing works out. Obviously, each situation is so different, but 9 out of 10 times, if someone is telling you they're emotionally unavailable, but they want you to basically be like their partner without actually being their partner, leave, girl, red flag. And I know that from experience. I wasted so much time on a person that was emotionally unavailable that I thought I could make available, but it did not happen. So, dream set list for when Ari goes on tour. This is from Kara. Obviously, like, the Ariana subject has been very touchy online lately, I will not lie. All of my whole For You page is just like Ari being dragged, and I hate to see it. Like, again, I already spoke earlier on, you know, if she did this, that's fucked up. They both should be to blame. They both should apologize and fix their wrongs where the wrongs were done. But like, separating the artist from the art type of thing, I'll always love Ari's music. I'll always love her music. I'll always love, you know, the fact that her music and that her as an entertainer has helped me get through some of the darkest points of my life. In that aspect of it, it makes me feel really bad seeing her getting like dragged all over the place. It would be hard to like put together a whole set list on the fly right now. So I'm just going to tell you also a few other songs I would love to hear live. I would love to have her bring out like a guest, of course, like Victoria Monet, or honestly, I wish she could bring out Lil Wayne. I know they only have one song together, even though, not to spread the leaks, but I heard a fucking leak of Nasty featuring Lil Wayne, and it was literally so good. Like, his verse was so good. I was like, we were robbed of this. What the hell? Oh my God. But I don't know. If she just brought out like any sort of guest, I feel like it would be so fun. Nikki, like, bring out Nikki, please, on the next tour. But I would also love to hear Imagine. I know she'll probably never sing Imagine live again, but like, A Girl Can Dream. I love that song. I have goosebumps, like, just thinking about it. What else? I would love to hear her sing POV live, of course. I mean, I know we've heard a few of the Position songs live because of her Vivo sessions that she did, but in general, I would love to hear Imagine. I feel like that would be so freaking beautiful. A couple of songs that I've heard already that I'm so glad that I got to hear are Good Night and Go. I was at one of the tour shows where she still sang Good Night and Go, and I'm so grateful I got to hear that live. One Last Time, I've gotten to hear live a few times, and I'm so grateful for that. I got to see Ari and 2 Chainz perform Rule the World. That was so cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Maybe I'll have to make a whole like dream set list and upload it on TikTok or something like that. So Hannah asks advice on becoming a content creator, which I just realized I forgot to say the names, I think, of the last couple. My best advice, if you want to become any sort of like social media person, if you just want to like grow your audience of any sort, no matter what, my biggest advice is, first of all, make sure it's something that you love. Don't just upload videos because you're trying to go viral or trying to get views. Because yes, that gets you views, and yes, that might get you some followers. But also, you have to remember, a lot of those people are going to be what we call ghost followers, and they're only following you because of the viral video, and they're never going to interact with your posts. They're never going to like your stuff or comment or give you any engagement, which you need engagement in order to grow your social medias. So my best advice would be to find some sort of like niche, whether it's that you're into like makeup, or you're a lifestyle vlogger, or like you're into coffee and you're a coffee connoisseur, like whatever it might be, whatever your niche is, like try to find that and try to stick to it. And honestly, guys, I'm not giving advice based on like 100% what I did. I'm kind of giving you advice on also things that I wish that I could do because I know it would make me more successful. Just to like give you a little bit of a backstory, because I'm giving you advice on telling you to find a niche. Meanwhile, I don't really have one, but also that's something I know I need to find to become more successful. But also something else that is another advice I need to take myself is being consistent. Literally the only way you are going to grow online right now in this oversaturated environment where there are just billions of people, it seems like, that are making content. It's a very like tough thing to stand out. So my best advice is to be consistent. Upload every day if you can. If you have the time, or if you can make the time, upload every single day, because that is what is going to push you. Having a niche, uploading every single day, and getting engagement from followers. So making content that kind of forces people to engage. So for me, one of the things I do a lot, like on my TikTok, is I do things that get the followers involved, like that get the viewers involved, such as like when I'm ranking my favorite Ari perfumes or albums or whatever it might be. It's nice because then the followers can comment down below and leave their favorites, and like we're all interacting. It keeps pushing my content because they're engaging with it. So just stuff like that, consistency. And on top of your followers engaging with you, you need to engage with them. You need to comment back and be active and stuff like that. And again, this is all advice I really need to take. I already know what I need to do to become successful and to push my content to where it needs to be. But life is hard, okay? I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, it's going to be difficult. But if it's everything you want and if you have the drive to get there, you will. So just don't give up. That's the other thing, is don't give up. Even if you only have 50 followers and you're feeling real dumb posting to 50 people that aren't even like really responding, oh well, because at the end of the day, aren't you doing it for you? Like, don't you want to make yourself a better life? And don't you want to, make a better future for yourself? So just keep posting, keep pushing, even though you feel dumb, because eventually, over time, you're going to get that video that gets you 13 million views or whatever. I've had a video that literally got tens of millions of views. And I never thought that would happen. But I kept pushing. I kept being consistent. I kept uploading. And that happened. And it hasn't happened since because I haven't been consistent. But I'm getting there. Just to be honest with you, it's going to be tough. But if you want it, go get it. And don't take no for an answer. And then I think the last question I'm going to answer is from Franny. And she said, who is the one person that always has been able to make you feel happy? Love you, girl. I love you. Thank you so much. This is a good one to end on. And I'm going to name two things. I'm going to name two things. One is Tundra. She's not a person, obviously. Tundra, literally, even if I'm in the most worst mood ever and the worst news just was brought to me and like the worst things have been happening, I look at Tundra and immediately like all of my problems go away. She brings me right into the moment. Like, I'm so present when I'm with Tundra and I just love her. Like, I just know she loves me unconditionally and that nothing matters except like this moment with Tundra. You know what I mean? So she is definitely someone who has always grounded me since the moment I got her. And I love her so much. I'm so thankful that I got Tundra. And then the other person is more recent, obviously. Like, I haven't known him forever, but definitely Devin, because even if I am in the worst mood ever, and this was even when we were just friends, like even when me and Devin were just friends, I would be in the worst mood ever. And he would somehow, just like his energy and just like who he is, would make me so happy. And like even now when I'm sad, I call him and like he'll talk me out of it and he'll make me feel better. And that's something I don't take for granted. Like, I'm so thankful he does that, because most people would probably get sick of me and be like, girl, why are you sad now? But he's just like, I got you. Like, it's going to be better. It's going to pass. None of this shit matters. Like, it's going to pass. Yeah. So he's so amazing and makes me so happy and makes me smile literally as soon as I see him. So, in fact, he texted me. Hold on. I need to check it just in case.
I just want you to know I'm so fucking proud of you. You just finished your podcast.
Thank you so much. I love you. Sorry about that brief intermission. Devin was just telling me that on his way here, because he's on his way to my house right now, he was listening to my podcast and that he's proud of me. That's what I mean. Like, he's amazing. So anyway, that is the end of the Instagram segment. Thank you to everyone who submitted. I'm sorry that I didn't answer them all, but I did just want to kind of like do half and half. And I feel like I talked for way too long just now. So now I'm going to answer a couple of questions from this summer tag, just because I love summer. I'm a summer baby. My birthday's coming up really soon. It's coming up August 14th. So it's 2 weeks. Actually, it's literally 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's so crazy. So I just kind of wanted to talk about summer a little bit. It's one of my favorite things. And then also a side note, another reason why I wanted to do this was because this morning I walked outside and it literally felt like fall. It was early, so it wasn't hot yet, but it was that like crisp, like warm but cool morning air that like smells like fall. It just, oh my God, I was like, oh, we're almost there. But also I was like, let me slow down because we still have summer that is left and I don't want to rush summer because I hate winter. So let me just take it one step at a time. But yeah, so I'm just really excited for fall. And before I rush fall to get here, I figured we could answer a summer tag. So question number 1, are you a summer person? I think we all already know the answer to that. Yes. Question 2, what is your favorite thing about the summer? When I was younger, I would have definitely said the fact that there's no school. Love a good break. My favorite thing now is honestly just that I love the weather. Like, I'm a type of person where I need to be outside. The outdoors literally heals my soul. Like, I need the outdoors. I need the sunshine. So that's one thing in the winter that really affects me, is that it's cold and I can't really be outside a lot. I just feel like I'm meant to be outside. So definitely the weather. Like, yes, it's hot, but honestly, I love being outside. I don't even care if it's hot. Do you stay indoors or outdoors more in the summer? Definitely outdoors. I feel like a lot of these are like piggybacking off of each other. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Love ice cream all year round, not even just the summer. But my favorite ice cream flavor is definitely anything chocolate, like chocolate fudge brownie. So good. And if not that, probably birthday cake. Like, I love a good birthday cake ice cream. What is your favorite summer clothing? For me, my favorite summer clothing is like shorts and a cropped shirt or tank top or like anything like that. Like, just honestly, barely any clothes in the summer is good enough for me, because when it's so hot that I already feel like I have a fucking blanket on when I go outside, I don't want too many layers and I don't want my clothes sticking to me. So I really enjoy just like comfortable, like loose fitting clothing in the summer, like a little bit of like baggy shorts and just like a comfy shirt. You know what I mean? I hate wearing a bra. So I love the summer because a lot of my clothing items either have built-in bras or like are tight so that I don't need it. Love it. I love summer clothing. Beach or swimming pool? I would say the pool for sure. I love the beach, but I only love the beach every once in a while. I would definitely say like day to day, I would prefer a swimming pool. What do you like most about the beach? My favorite thing about the beach is probably just like the relaxing atmosphere. I kind of love hearing like a little bit of like chatter in the background, like knowing that other people are around and that I'm not entirely alone. Like, I like that feeling, but I also like that I'm like alone where I can just sit and be in peace and hear the water. And I don't know, I just feel very unbothered at the beach. I feel very relaxed. So probably like the relaxing feeling. What is your least favorite thing about the beach? Definitely the sand. I hate getting sandy. I hate getting like dirty or crusty or anything like that. And especially where I lather up in oil. Why did this just XO? So yeah, my least favorite thing about the beach is definitely the sand. I hate getting sandy. What is your favorite summertime song? That's a good question. I don't listen to music seasonally, I guess you could say. But I think one of my favorite things to listen to in the summer for sure would be Posty's Beer Bongs and Bentley album. I forget exactly when it came out, like what time of year, but I remember I listened to it all summer. And like, I remember I had it like, it was my summer album whenever it had come out. I forget if it came out in like the spring or if it was like, because I think he was on tour right when it came out, if I remember correctly. You know what? Let me look it up. I always forget I have a computer right here. I feel like a real official podcaster. It was released April 27th, 2018. So it was released in the spring. And I listened to this album literally all summer. So good. Some of my favorite songs that give me the major summer vibes off that album are definitely Sugar Wraith and 92 Explorer. Honestly, the whole album, Zach and Codeine, like everything. The whole album is just like such good summer vibes. Favorite summertime movie? You know, one of my favorite comfort movies in general, but it reminds me of summertime, is Just Go With It. It's an Adam Sandler movie. It has Jennifer Aniston in it as well. And it is such a good movie. Like, the amount of times I've seen it is like should be illegal. It really is one of my comfort movies. Whenever I'm sad, I put it on. Whenever I'm anxious, like it's so funny. I love it. I think it's a really good movie. And they go to Hawaii, I think, or the amount of times I've seen it, I should know, but they went on vacation somewhere. I think it was Hawaii. It's so funny. It gives me such good summertime vibes. Like, the outfits in it are so cute. So that's probably like my favorite summertime, like summer vibe movie. What is your favorite summertime restaurant? I just love anywhere by the water. Like, when it's summertime, I want to eat a lobster roll on the water with a pretty view. Like, that is my dream. And that's what I'm going to be doing on my birthday. I plan on having a lobster roll on the water somewhere, because I've only had one lobster roll this summer, and it was when my Grammy was in town, and we went and got a lobster roll in the water, but we split it in half. Like, we each had half of it, and then we split clams too. But I would definitely say anywhere, like on the water, anywhere pretty. Do you eat out more often during the summer? I read that so weird because they made a typo in it, so I was trying to avoid the typo. But the question is, do you eat out more often during the summer? Yes, I do eat out more during the summer, I think, for sure, because I just always want to get out. Like, my favorite thing to do in the summer is like go to a nice bar where it's like half indoor, half outdoor, so you can still like get that outdoor like fresh air feeling, and just having a drink and like catching up with my friends. Like, being outside with my friends in the summertime is like my favorite. Do you party a lot during the summer? Honestly, I don't party more in the summer than I do all year round. Like, I feel like my partying phase has slowed down quite a lot, but I still feel like I consistently party all throughout the year. That's just how I am. What is your best summertime memory? One of the ones off the top of my head, just because also Devin is on his way here, so I do kind of want to wrap this up, and I still have like 6 more questions. But one of my favorite memories that comes to my mind, especially since my birthday is coming up, it's kind of appropriate to bring this one up. My family surprised me because we were moving around my birthday as well. So my family surprised me this one particular year and said that for my birthday, like I think on my, or it might have been, I think we might have been moving on my birthday and we went on the trip after the fact, but they had surprised me on my birthday by telling me that we were all going to Disney. And it was so much, like, it was so much excitement. I was like, oh my God, we are. And so we ended up going to Disney in August, and it was hot as fuck. Disney World in Florida. Oh my God, it was so hot. And I just remember, like, it just was such a fun trip. It's one of the earliest trips in my memory because I think I was like 10. It might have been my 9th birthday. So it's like tough to remember, but I just remember having such good memories associated with Disney. And like after that trip, Disney has been a staple ever since. Like if you guys have seen all my old YouTube videos on my other channel, I have a second YouTube channel with a bunch of embarrassing videos. If you know, you know. I'm not dropping the link because I'm not embarrassing myself like that, but if you find it, good for you. After that, I started uploading Disney vlogs. Like every time we would go, I would vlog and record our Disney trip. And that's like how it all started. So I have to say that's definitely one of my best summertime memories. And it's also why I love Disney so much. That was the start of my Disney craze for sure. What annoys you most about the summer? For me personally, I would probably say traffic. Because as I mentioned, I live near like the beachy area of Massachusetts. So there's always people coming to the Cape or whatever for, you know, the summer. And there's just tourists everywhere and traffic everywhere. And it's just a nightmare. I can't handle it. So that's probably what annoys me the most. Do you spend more money during the summer? I fucking spend ridiculous money all year round, so there's really no judging that. There's no way to tell. I doubt it. I think I spend the same ridiculous amount of money all year round. Especially, I feel like in the winter when I have nothing to do but buy shit. Do you prefer to keep longer or shorter hair in the summertime? I definitely prefer to cut my hair right before the summer starts. I cut my hair in the spring and my hair finally is back to a length where I really love it. Honestly, if I can, I might go this week and get a little trim and just get my hair colored because I've really been wanting to get my hair light. And I feel like it's the perfect time because it's almost the end of the summer. So my hair has a couple more months still to get like that natural brightening from the sun. Because whenever I dye my hair blonde, I always get even more blonde once I go outside because the sun just makes my hair so light. So I'm probably going to do my hair soon like that, trim it so it's like a healthy trim and then it can grow back a little bit more. I've just been keeping up with my haircuts and my hair has been growing like weeds. But to answer that question, I definitely do prefer to keep it shorter in the summer, but not by much because I always make the mistake where I chop my hair off and then I'm like, why did I do that? Second to last question is, who do you usually spend most of your summer with? Definitely Tundra. I mean, I spend like every day with Tundra, but in the summertime, Tundi and I spend so much time going outside and just sitting on the deck. And I put up all the umbrellas and we just sit in the shade and I usually edit on my computer or whatever. I'll sit outside and watch something on my iPad and Tundi will just lay on her little bed and we'll chill and have a good time. But other than that, I definitely have been hanging out with Chance a lot this summer. My family, because like in the winter time when everyone comes home, it's like dark, everyone goes straight to bed. But in the summer, it's light out and like everyone has more energy, so I feel like I do see a lot more of my family in the summer too. And then last question, where would you go for your dream summer vacation? So I have a new dream summer vacation actually. Devin and I really want to go to Aruba. Aruba is a place where his family goes a lot. Like they have very special memories associated with it. Like that's like a place like Disney is for my family. Aruba is like for his family where they just like they go very often, you know what I mean? And they're going this year and it just is something that Devin and I have been talking about. He's like, I really want to show you Aruba. Like, I really want to go with you. And I really want to go too. So I'm very excited to eventually go there. I think that's my dream summer location right now for like a vacation. I just think it would be so fun. And I love like a good tropical vacation. I loved going to Bermuda. It was so much fun. And I feel like Aruba is just going to like blow me out of the water even more than Bermuda did. And Bermuda is like the only tropical place I've really gone like out of the United States. I don't really have much to compare it to, but yeah, I would definitely say Aruba for sure is my dream summer vacation right now. But yeah, that is it, you guys. I feel like I have been recording for over an hour at this point, so I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Thank you so much for tuning in for a new episode of AMBS Unfiltered. I hope you guys are enjoying the video podcast if you are watching the video version. If you're listening on Spotify, definitely head over to my YouTube channel and check out the video version. Head over to my Instagram and I always have all of my links for all of my social medias, including my podcast, in my bio. So go check it out. Devin should be here in like 10 minutes. So this worked out perfectly and we're just going to make some lunch and then both go off to work and call it a day. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you're having the most amazing morning or afternoon or night, whatever time, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing time. And if not, it will get better. I promise. It always does. That is it for this episode. Thank you guys so, so much for listening and watching. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.